1. Here we are in the Rombout Fire Company, and we have two distinguished gentlemen, Chuck Theiss and Jim Cheirico. Chuck, when did you join the fire department?
This company, when it was formed, but I've joined Protection Engine in 1951. Okay, I'm in my 60 some odd years.
That's amazing. How about you, Jim?
Well, I was a protection engine company guy too, but I dropped out after, I don't know, I went in about the same time they did into protection engine. But I dropped out before this. We started the beginning of this company here, Rombout.
Okay.
But you're a charter member you were on Wood Street.
Oh yes, well yeah. Well then we went down to Wood. Yes, yeah.
He's
Oh
a
yeah.
charter member.
I left protection before they started to build this one.
Yeah.
They started this one. I jumped in here with one of the beginners guys.
Mm-hmm.
Past president of protection.
Okay, Chuck, why did you join?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. When I was younger, I played semi-pro professional football. Okay, for 7 years with the Beacon Bears, which was a team down in Beacon. Yeah, we used to go different places, and you know, we got paid, but we didn't make much money. All right, and after the football game, there were a couple of guys that were in the fire company up here, Tommy Muller and Butch Muller. Okay, they used to go up to the firehouse, and they had a nice shower room there, and they would clean up after the football game. So I started going with them, and I would take my shower in Protection Engine. And then after doing that for a year or so, I said, you know, I've been using this company's facilities here, maybe I better join. So that's when I joined Protection Engine.
Oh, that's an awesome story.
Kind of felt obligated.
How about you, Jim? Why did you join?
Oh, I joined because I live so close to that place up there. And then I'll tell you another thing. Everybody in Dutchess County is Republican. I was a Democrat. I was wondering if I get in the fire company.
Doesn't make you bad. Are you still a Dem?
No, I'm not. No,
You switched over finally?
No, oh God, I got that business a long time ago. Listen, for us to have a beer, I had to buy a case of beer for Pete said they wouldn't even let me in the firehouse. But Bill Partridge, I think Bill Partridge was my first chief. Bill Partridge, I think he was my first chief up at Protection Engine Company.
When you were
When I first joined.
yeah, well, I was Ketchum and Eustis. Delmer Ketchum was the chief of Protection Engine when I joined, and then oh gosh, I can't remember his name. He was there for a long time, and then some of the guys got. I think King Kenny was the chief up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he worked for the prison. The guy was the chief out there for a long time too.
Open Protection.
Yeah, I can't remember the name either. But I know Partridge because his wife used to work for the insurance company.
Okay.
Up here.
Brinkerhoff and Newell? No.
With what, buddy?
Oh, or Depew and Shutter, maybe, I don't know.
Next to the firehouse. The house that had their office next to the firehouse.
Oh, that's was Brinkerhoff and Newell.
That's what, yeah. But I stayed there until I didn't have time. My job just said I couldn't handle it all.
No, you had a tough job there. You head of manufacturing in IBM.
So I bailed. That's when I bailed out. But what I should have done, I should have put exempt. There's no reason why I couldn't go exempt. I don't know why I don't know.
Everything happens.
Yeah, the minute this was going, I said I'm getting back in again, and down the street we went.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Chuck,
Well,
what was your most unique experience as a member?
my most experience as a member.
Unique experience.
Well, good experiences or bad experiences. In terms of like a bad experience, I would say we fought fires in the old days it's different than it is today. You know, we didn't have Scott packs, we didn't have our own gear. The fire truck had rails on the sides, and the boots and the coats and the hats were hanging there, and the first guy to the firehouse got gear, and if you didn't get there quick, you didn't get gear, okay? You had to wait till somebody took it off or you didn't use any, all right? But as far as the worst experience goes at a fire, it was down here where I-84 Diner was an old building, belonged to the farmer there, and it got on fire. And we went up on the roof. I was always doing roof stuff because I was a builder, and ladder work was in my blood, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was up on the top of the roof up there, and we were chopping a hole in the roof to vent it. And what happened is the fire had gotten underneath the attic, and it had weakened stuff, and I went through. My foot went through, and fortunately I was standing in the gutter, the valley, okay? And the valley has a board that goes this way. And when I went down like that, one leg on this side of the valley, one leg on that side of the valley, and my feet were hanging down in the fire. But I managed to struggle and finally pull my foot out of there. And it got a little warm, but that was my only bad experience at a fire scene.
Okay. How about you, Jim? What was your most unique experience that you had in the fire department?
I was down on 9D. I done it with Joey Brooks, right? And we had to hold the traffic. They didn't want any more tow trucks or anything else. It was a car accident. It was a bad one, and they didn't want any more traffic down there, or they didn't want any more trucks or that sort of thing. They make, like they told us, make sure you don't let anybody down there. Here comes one of those guys with a tow truck. I said, you can't go down there, right? Can't go. And the guy gave me a lot of lip, and there's some verbs that went between the conversation. Mm-hmm. And the guy went anyhow. So we reported him, and this is the worst part. I had to go to court in front of, what's the name? Who was the judge? Who was it?
Williams.
No.
No, Hancock?
Hancock. I had to go in front of Hancock. I said, Mother, I thought I'd died. I sat there, and he says, is there any other concern or questions we have here? And I said, well, I'm here for it. He said, I didn't ask you, sit down.
That was Hancock.
Scared me half to death in there. And then he told me I was excused. And here I just went that one out with that man. He was a wild man.
All right.
I'm laughing out, but now, I mean, I wasn't funny when I was in that sitting in that judge.
I bet.
Hancock and I got along fine.
Yeah, I stay away from that.
Yeah, well,
right?
in fact, my daughter worked for her before he retired. My daughter was his secretary down there. Yeah.
Okay, Chuck?
Yeah.
What was the biggest fire you fought?
I didn't get the...
What was the biggest fire that you went to?
The biggest fire, well, there's three that I think of. Boney's up on, used to sit up there by, across from the Lutheran Church.
That's right, that's one.
But the biggest one that I remember was Gertie Hart's, the Kent House. Now, the Kent House was a building in the village, and it was all wood structure. And believe me, I know because I used to work as a contractor repairing stuff on that building, so it was all wood.
I remember that. Go ahead.
And when it got on fire, boy, them shingles, they went like crazy.
Drapes.
Wood shingles.
All them red drapes.
Oh my goodness. That was probably the biggest fire. But the most exciting one was when the beer storage place behind Barker's. Remember Barker's used to be down there? Well, there was a building out across the tracks that some company was storing beer in there, and the building got on fire, and all of a sudden beer cans were exploding out there. That was kind of fun. Here we are. The beer is going all over the place because the cans would heat up with the fire and explode.
Yeah.
I had two of the two he had. I had the one up there with police, and I was the first guy at that fire down there behind
Kent House?
yes. Well, I was the first guy. Oh, I was going home, and I drove down there. Holy Christ! The place lit up like over minutes. It was there. That was the second one. The third one was right here in the village, where they have the tire place.
Oh, that's the Fishkill Hardware.
You remember that burned up
Yeah,
the whole
right
section?
there, the Fishkill Hardware.
Yeah, I took a ride with Glenn Schofield, smoke down the Beacon. They had a hospital in Beacon back then. But that was a tough fire, that one was. But that's the three for me.
Okay.
The three big ones.
Chuck, what was the most serious incident you ever participated in?
Most serious incident. Gotta think about that one. Other than pulling people out of cars, you know, what else do you do? I never was at a scene where there was a fatality from a fire, but we had fatalities from automobile accidents, and that's serious. The only other thing that, and I really wasn't directly involved, but up there close to where I live, there was a house there that there was 3 murders in there, and it was a dope exchange somehow. You know where Gino's is?
Yeah.
The White House next to it.
I didn't.
Remember that?
Yeah, I didn't know
There was shooting in there. 3 people were shot, and it was a transfer of dope. There, I remember.
How about you, Jim? What was the most serious incident you participated in?
Well, I got ponies. We were up there. I was what's his name from East Fishkill, Hank Hussing. You remember Hank?
Henry Hudson, yeah.
Hank. Well, we were together on the side of the house, and I said, Hank, I said, you know, that's too bad that this fire had to happen here. And it, like somebody just put all that out. Next thing you know, Hank says, we're going to take these chairs and push them all aside, inside. Next thing you know, refire. The whole place burned to the ground. I said, geez, I said a lot of things there, but that was probably the scariest. I never got in the, or like you said, with the car, difficult. I remember going up to a car with a hose, and I was this far away from it. And the chief grabbing me in that hose and said, get near the fire to put it out. That was
Okay, Chuck?
Yeah.
What is the biggest difference you have seen in the fire department from when you first joined until today?
The biggest change?
Yeah. Think back to when you first started,
Okay.
and you compare it to what it's like today.
The biggest change, of course, is the modern equipment that they have today that we didn't have in the old days. In the old days, it was the first man on the car, on the truck got the boots and so forth. Today, everybody has their own gear. They're all trained in the Scott pack use and so forth. So that, as far as firematics goes, the companies have become high tech. they have all they need to do it. The biggest problem, of course, we have is manpower. Okay, but the equipment is available. Well, you know, I found out, you know, the gear that they have, the fire,
Yeah,
it's only good for 10 years.
why?
Theoretically, I don't know how, you gotta throw it away.
NFPA
It's got-
standards.
Got a
Is that right?
10 years lifespan. Now, if it sits on the shelf for 2 years, not being used, and then it gets sold, and then you only get 7 or 8 years out of it. Yeah, and it's supposed to be washed every year. We've got a special washer up there.
And another thing, but today, they have a need. You have a need here. They get a need. There's no need. It's something that's critical to the park, the company, what has to be done. They get it. They get it. They can do it. We always had the people who were in charge of the fire company and protection. That was the town, the village trustees or whatever. Everything had to go in there and go in there. And that was always a pain in the neck, waiting to see if he got approved, he didn't approve. But, yeah, and the education part of it. You know, when I came in the firehouse, somebody showed me how to get a hose, drag a hose, roll a hose, do whatever it was, do it. Today, they gotta go to school, different things, and.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the chiefs are better. The chiefs are all great guys, but, you know, directionally, what you had to have, today, you have it, and you know what you're getting. Good,
Yeah.
good.
When today everybody has a Scott pack with
Yeah.
all that good equipment.
Right.
And the first breeding apparatus that came out,
Yeah, but those big
Pico had one in a suitcase. Now remember the black suitcase? Remember that? Okay. And it was actually a chemical kind of a thing. You put this canister on, and you breathe some kind of a chemical through that thing. And only one guy could have it. The first guy who came got opened up the dump and could wear this thing. So it was really useless. But it was the start of the Scott packs.
But
Wow.
time meant a lot. You get that truck, you hang on anyhow, you get there.
Yeah.
I remember one night, because I wanted to get there first, I come down Church Street there, across the street from the firehouse, protection, and the whistle was going like hell. And I said, I put my blue light on, but it was Monday. It wasn't working. That was the work details going in there to work on cleaning the engines and all that. They said, where the hell are you going, Jim? I said, I don't know myself.
That's great.
Oh my God, get out the fan.
Playing songs. I don't have one of them. I can't see it.
I can't talk to you now, I gotta call you back.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Chuck,
Yeah.
what difference have you seen in the equipment during your membership? You know,
Say that again.
what's the difference you've seen in, like, remember the equipment back in your days? You know, the turnout coats, the boots, you know, the tools that you use.
Oh, it's
What difference have you seen
Superior
back then till today?
In all ways. I mean, you go from a rubber leather coat. That's all you had. All right, the coat, and nothing that was fireproof. No, and coat used to melt when you got near a fire. Okay.
You better-
Boots are boots, but today's boots, I guess, they're better. They got, you know, supports in them and so forth. And of course, the old-fashioned helmets, they were good, but
The
they
boots,
got
the
better.
boots must have weighed 40 pounds apiece. The old boots,
Yeah,
they're heavier.
yeah.
And one size fits all, right?
No, not really, but very
Yeah.
close to it. I'll tell you that.
Okay, Jim,
Yes.
what difference have you seen in the equipment during your membership?
I gotta go along with Chuck, you know. And we were there at the same time, we had the same gear, we did the same thing. I lived a little closer to the firehouse than he did. And, you know, the question was, if you got there, you grabbed something. If you didn't, you went the way you were. And the other thing, plectrons. You know, I had a plectron, but it was a long time after I was in that firehouse. It was the whistle that went off.
got me.